Hi everyone, this is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. Please note nothing in this video is financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. If you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, click the subscribe button below as well as the bell next to it. These videos come out generally once a day, but they come out at different times. Intraday updates and major market moves around the cryptos that I cover in this video, you can click on that Twitter link, it's in the description below. Let's get started. Okay, it's 10:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, July 5th, 2021. Nucypher is currently at 24 cents and change. I got in around 43.7 cents. Most importantly is this bullish broadening wedge, which continually I say we should resolve up to around the 80-cent range. I know it sounds like far away from where we are now. How could it possibly get all the way up there? Well, again, as I've mentioned, broadening wedge patterns are typically those that are bullish, especially the ones that go down, obviously. Once it passes this this top resistance line on this broadening wedge, we should see it pop up to 80. Now, the top of the broadening wedge is still almost half of where, it's almost 100% up from where we are right now. But a couple of enticing signs here. We take a look over at a Nucypher Bitcoin pair, which we all know is the Nucypher inner strength. And moving over to this, we're starting to see some percolation over here. Yesterday, before the fireworks started here in the States, I mentioned that there were two lines. This was a horizontal consolidation line earlier this year, early January. Now we're here. I drew the same length line over here. So we still got a couple of days left, July 7th, July 8th, in that time zone for us to potentially expect a pop. If this plays out similarly to what happened back here in terms of this downward price action and then horizontal across, downward price action, horizontal across, we could expect a pop. Now we're at 712 right now, which is, it's starting to creep up here. I tweeted it out yesterday. If you're on Twitter, definitely check it out. But, I'm anticipating some movement here. I think overall we're looking at Bitcoin dominance fade slightly. However, like if you look here, Bitcoin dominance is down less than 0.5%, right? So that means it's slightly down. But Nucypher Bitcoin is up 2.89%. So that tells me that Nucypher is even stronger than most cryptos out there on a relative scale to Bitcoin. Anyway, let's move over to the graph. And on the graph, I am in at 81.4 cents. As we look at the graph here, clearly making a monstrous breakout from down here, 53 to 76. You could almost call that a 50% move, but not exactly, but still substantial enough to make it really appealing. We're definitely over this horizontal line. As soon as we hit it, we we took a pause for a second, and then we started our uptrend. So if I was to draw a horizontal line, this thing is certainly pointing straight up. We need it to go a little further here for me to feel excited, more so above this 99-cent range, dollar range. That would be incredibly bullish once we pass that point. Now, taking a look at the graph relative to Bitcoin pair, again, the inner strength of the graph, we also made a significant pop yesterday. And now, popping up to 2310 on the graph relative to Bitcoin or GRT BTC. Now, we want to see this thing take out the 2463 range. That will be very interesting. Let's see how that plays out. And incidentally, not sure if this is all related to this, but I got this in my email yesterday around an airdrop, apparently, through CoinMarketCap. So you can earn the graph. However, you need to be a member or have a username associated with Binance. So if you have one of those, I'll paste this link down in the description below the video so that you have access to it. Anyway, let's move on to RLC and let's take a look. I've bought in at RLC at $5.04. We are still over this. This is the RLC Bitcoin pair. So let me just head over to the RLC US dollar pair. We are definitely under pressure here. Nothing looks very good here. So understand this is the action that's not great. If we can just stay over the red line, even though we'd be on the downtrend, at least we won't really be falling out. So, we have to kind of hold on here as tightly as we can. However, that being said, we still could spike up. Now, if you look at the RLC Bitcoin pair, we're down 1.73%. But if you look at the Bitcoin dominance pair, we're only down 0.6. So RLC is underperforming relative to the rest of the altcoin market or the non-Bitcoin market. So we'll have to see how this thing plays out on the RLC Bitcoin pair, though. However, we are still consolidating, slightly weaker than yesterday, down to 82.57. We have to see this one play out. Now let's go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 33,674, also falling under pressure, back below this orange line. It really needed to stay above it. We didn't. We broke, as soon as we broke through fast. Clearly a signal that we are under pressure. Let's see what happens in the news on Bitcoin. I think we're going to be sideways. We're going to be oscillating between 37, 38, up to 40, all the way down to 30 again. It wouldn't surprise me if we took another retest. There's a little bit of bad news out there, but there's also really good news. And here's some of the good news. I mean, look, whale entities hit a 2-month high, so whales are starting to get in here at this level. I think this is where we start to see bidding happening from the bigger investors as we accumulate. This is clearly, to me, an accumulation phase here. Let's see this continue as this renewed accumulation I think will drive Bitcoin a lot higher in the end, especially with the lower mining and people getting back into it. It should be very interesting. Another big positive note on Bitcoin is 4,000 institutional funds in Germany can now invest 20% of their portfolios in crypto assets. Another big country, allowing the adoption of crypto assets. 20% is a pretty significant number. I don't have the numbers in terms of the dollars and cents, but it looks like, there's like $2.2 trillion that were invested in open special funds, including real estate funds, blah, blah, blah. But the 20% would equate, according to this number here, in dollars, is $446 billion.